Welcome back, Catskill. This is Alex
and Ava
coming at you with this week's news, the last Catskill news of the year.
And we hope you all had a great year.
Let's get right into it.
We recently held our junior prom. It was an elegant evening starting with the coronation at the high school. They were treated to a posh event held at Birch Hill, truly a night to remember.
Here's my prom review. This is Chelsea, that's Peter, and Connor get a close-up of that. Yeah. This is the prom skit. After 40 months, I finally completed it. Thank you.
The Summer Medium Camp will run this summer from July 8th to August 1st, from 8 to noon. The camp will be free for Catskill students. Registration is open. If you're interested in attending, make sure you sign up soon. Registration is limited and always fills up fast.
Regents testing starts this Tuesday, June 4th. Only students taking Regents that day will report to school. Middle and elementary schools are unaffected by the testing. Regularly scheduled Regents testing will commence on Friday, June 14th through Tuesday, June 24th.
Catskill High School students led by Miss Stoney and Miss Seeger explored the Hudson-Athens Lighthouse, thanks to the Preservation Society. They learned about history and even climbed the lighthouse. Their artwork will be showcased in the upcoming expedition celebrating the lighthouse's 150th year alongside other local schools. The
Catskill Spring Rush Triathlon and Sprint 5K race to be held next Saturday, June 8th, starting at 8:30 a.m. Register online today or at active.com or on the race day. This is an excellent event for the whole community.
Start with purpose, finish with pride. The 16th running Catskill Spring Rush and 5K begins on June 8th at 8:30 a.m. at the Catskill High School. The Catskill Spring Rush is a run, bike, and kayak race, and the Sprint 5K is a run or walk race. Both of these events are run by students. Register at active.com or the morning of the event. Come to enjoy free breakfast and lunch for all participants. The Catskill Spring Rush and 5K on June 8th at 8:30 a.m. Start with purpose, finish with pride.
The Catskill High School Symphonic Band visited Catskill Elementary School to share and joy of music on the 3rd and 4th graders on May 3rd. They performed 3 lively pieces and demonstrated their instruments, inspiring the young students to explore their own musical interests. Some 4th graders even got to play alongside the high school band, sparkling their enthusiasm for the music.
Here's our principal, Mr. Shah, with his weekly report.
Hey, Catskill High School, it's Mr. Shah. We just had a great week here at Catskill High School. We had our senior signing. We got to see all the great places our seniors are going, whether it's to work or to college. We are all proud of you regardless of whatever your choice is to do after you graduate. This upcoming week is pretty busy. On Monday, all of our seniors should be on the class trip to DC. They should be on their way home. Tuesday, June 4th, is our June 4th Algebra Regents exam from New York State. Please only come to school if you're taking that exam in the morning. Afternoon is all June Academy students to get some extra work done that is owed. After that, we have NISMA majors happening this week. At the end of the week, good luck to all of our performers. We are so proud of all of you. And that's all for today. Have a great day, week, weekend, and of course, as always, go Cats. Thank you.
Last week, we introduced you to the next generation of Catskill News broadcasters from our iWorks class. Each student must complete the video from their final project. This week, we have 3 projects from our iWorks students.
Rafael organized an interview with Mr. McDonnell, one of our amazing teachers here at Catskill. He developed the interview questions, filmed, and edited the following segment.
You ready?
My name's Rafael Cruz. I'm here with Mr. McDonnell to talk about the new changes he's made to his classroom. Why did you make the changes to your classroom?
I was looking to update the paint on the walls and kind of rearrange things so they're easier for me to access them. They're easier for the students to access them. And then plus I wanted to make the room look a little bit more updated. We still had paint in here that was from the 60s. So I wanted to clean the walls off, get any of the dirt and dust off. And I also wanted to make it so that, everything was nice.
Do you plan on making any further changes to the room?
Yeah, I'm not quite done in this room, in the computer room right now. I've got a little bit more to do on one of the walls. And then I'd also like to do the floors in here at some point, and then I'd like to move into the shop. And then once I get into the shop, start rearranging and cleaning it up in there as well.
Did any students help you make the changes to your classroom?
Yeah, there were a few students that came in here. Most of the students that were in here, they did help me with the spackling and the painting. Basically anything from eye level lower, so they wouldn't have to get up on a ladder. And then anything else that was up higher.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Right,
just for safety reasons.
How long did it take you to make these changes to your classroom?
I came in here over the February break, and I came in here over the April break. And then there were also some days that I came in here after school and I worked on it just to get it done.
So I know you said you have future plans thought out, but what are you working on currently right now?
We just built a stand to put all the 3D printers on, and we've got 5 3D printers that are getting hooked up and ready to go right now. We're working on that in the CAD class. And then I am also going to wind up using those in the design and drawing for production and principles of engineering as well.
Do you enjoy working at Catskill?
Yeah, I like Catskill. I like all the students here.
I know one student, Ben Mahoney, helps out a lot.
Ben Mahoney, yeah, he's
the MVP.
He's my MVP. Yep, he definitely is.
He's a good person. You take this class, right? Do you enjoy being in Donald's class?
Yeah.
Mr. McDonald?
Yeah.
Why do you enjoy being in the class?
Because it's like hands-on learning, and it's like you get to learn like stuff that you can use in the real world with like making like stuff that you like to make, like toolboxes, cutting boards. You can make catapults.
What have you learned so far, and what are you learning currently?
I'm in principles of engineering, and we just got done making a catapult. Our next project's a rocket. We're gonna make a styrofoam rocket, and I've learned countless of things in this class.
Do you enjoy being in Mr. McDonald's class?
He's a great teacher. He helps you when you need help. Mr. McDonnell is a great teacher.
Probably one of the
best in the school.
Have you noticed any of the changes Mr. McDonald has made to the classroom?
Yeah, he's redesigned a lot of the stuff. There's new furniture.
Yeah, he refurnished, painted a bit. What are you currently learning right now?
We're learning how to make sequence photos.
My name is Rafael Cruz. I'm here with the student teacher.
Mr. A.
So what has Mr. McDonald taught you so far?
Project my voice more, try to different techniques to get students' attentions, help me with my lesson planning and stuff like that.
Do you feel that Mr. McDonald has been a good teacher to you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, really good mentor teacher. For his first time with a student teacher, he's done a really good job.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
What an excellent report. It's so nice to learn about one of our teachers at Catskill. Nice work, Rafael, and welcome to the Catskill News team.
Now let's hear a little about the new initiative to make social media illegal for students 16 and under. Sean researched the topic, developed questions, organized the interviews, and completed the final edit.
As I've mentioned, there's a new Florida state law which basically says teenagers under 16 can no longer hold social media accounts, although 14 and up may hold accounts with parental consent. After hearing of this law, what are your thoughts?
I think it's super important. I think there are a lot of things that, with our generational gaps, that our kids know how to do things on their phones that a lot of their parents can't. So when you have to get permission or consent from your parents to use it, I think that that's super important. Unfortunately, with phones, you have the world at your fingertips, but that's also a positive. If you can't use that positively or appropriately, then it should be something that you should not be able to use.
So are you saying you agree or disagree with this law?
I would say I agree with this law.
Do you feel it would be beneficial or negative to all of the environments?
I feel as though it would be beneficial as long as it came with education for parents and families with, what to monitor, how to monitor, and what to exactly do with it. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it's a great tool. Phones are great. Social media can be positive, but a lot of times, unfortunately, we've seen a lot of negative connotations with social media and negative consequences due to things that students do that are inappropriate. But again, there are positives to it, so I feel like a good education and the best ways to use it is always appropriate and always great. We just want to make sure, always for all of our kids, not just here, that if you're using it the right way.
So do you feel it should be spread throughout the rest of the U.S., or would that be too much?
I think it would be good if it were spread throughout the U.S. to promote and provide education as to what is appropriate and what's not for kids.
Okay. After hearing of the law, do you agree or disagree?
I can see why people think it is necessary. It does, I'm curious about how it would be enforced. There's a lot of information on social media that may not be appropriate for younger people, but how it will be enforced seems to be where the difficulty lies.
So do you feel it would be all around beneficial or negative?
Well, I think with most laws, it's going to be beneficial to have some type of rules. There should be some type of regulation, but with an age restriction, I don't know how they would be sure, like how they would enforce it, how they would make sure that everybody's obeying those rules. That seems to be where the difficulty lies.
So as this could be a potential nationwide law, do you think it should spread around the U.S. or would that be too harsh for the environments?
It could be done on a state-by-state basis, but I don't know if it should spread around the United States, but I think it probably will if it's not addressed by the federal government. It's possible that the federal government could make, a national law about this, but I think it's something that most state governments are going to take up.
Oops, sorry, I guess I was just busy on my phone. I feel that this law could be all around good and beneficial. I do agree with this because it gives parents the ability to understand what their children are doing online, and I feel that it should make its way around the rest of the United States for that reason. All around, I feel like it should be good. After hearing of the law and hearing the opinions of 3 different levels in the school, what are your thoughts? Make them known.
The final iWork segment is about Yellow Ribbon program at Catskill. It's from one of the Yellow Ribbon leaders, Alyciana.
The purpose of Yellow Ribbon is to, at Catskill at least, mostly talk about students and educate them on suicide and how to figure out what warning signs are and stuff like that, and risk factors, and understand why people commit suicide and how to stop it from happening.
So it all started in 1994 with a guy named Mike Emmy. He was your stereotypical popular guy, and he had his yellow Mustang, and unfortunately he completed suicide. And the community, they were in shock because they didn't know he was going through all these mental issues, and so they decided to come together as a community and create this whole program in his honor.
Yeah, and after he committed, it showed a lot of people what suicide really like, because at the time a lot of people assumed that people who struggled with mental health were dangerous, and there was just a lot of stigma about mental health in general, and he completely changed everything. And the whole idea around mental health and how people struggle and how people can still be very successful and deal with a lot of things, and that can still happen to people.
It's always good to check up on your friends, your family, your peers, just to see if they're doing okay.
Why did you join Yellow Ribbon, Eric?
I joined Yellow Ribbon to spread the message of suicide awareness and how to prevent it, how to help people, just convey the overall message that there is help out there.
The reason why I joined Yellow Ribbon personally was just because one of my mom's friends committed suicide a while ago. So then I wanted to spread awareness and help people understand that they matter and that the stigma isn't necessarily true. And there are a lot of different ways that suicide should be perceived and mental health should be talked about more.
Such talented students at Catskill. Welcome to the Catskill News team to all of our iWork students.
We celebrate CTE graduates this week in a ceremony held in the Catskill Library. Students were recognized by our Community Advisory Board for completing their CTE recognition. We'd like to take a moment to thank all of our Catskill News crew for another amazing year.
There are so many behind the scenes that make our news broadcast a success each and every week.
From running the weekly production and regular segments, all filming locations, special events, and our team is already ready, setting up to get the job done.
We are so thankful to our principal, superintendent, and school board that support our work and make sure we always have the tools to get it done.
And to you and the ones who watch our broadcasting, we are so appreciative of your time and you spend with us each week.
That's all for now, Catskill. I'm Alex.
And Ava.
Thanks for watching and have a great summer. No! Bye!